Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have got a fantastic rack. I am surely bingoing with this. I have a whole bunch of sevens, and I suspect there will be a number of choices of eights as well. So I could play, for example, operate if opponent were to change with the P doubled. And that would be duplicating one of the tiles on my rack, which I want to do to minimise the number of floaters for my opponent, should I go first. Operate does take a number of hooks, so I might search for one which doesn't. Well, that's pretty good. I have C ports in row H, which gets the P doubled. It does place the S in column 1, which is quite attractive as a floater. So how much time do I spend looking for something better? That row H play is a triple, but there's a quadruple available in row E in the form of a double-double. If I can find a bingo with this rack plus a U. Nothing has come to mind. Let me squiz through the alphabet, and I'm imagining a U on my rack. Not seen anything yet. Still nothing. Sporulate with an S. Wow, that looks like there could be something there. Even if there is something, it may not hit both double word squares, which is what I'm looking for. Paroquet doesn't quite hit the second double word square. Now, that does look promising, but nothing's coming to mind. Apterous, well, again, that doesn't hit both squares. No, I'm not seeing anything. I think I've spent enough time on this play. Seaports for 86. Wow, pretty good. I have Collarette through the A of Quas and of Seaports. It's possible that both of those will be blocked. Do I have an alternative bingo? And do I have a bingo in column 1 using the S? One saving grace of the S is that it is the blank, so worth nothing for opponent. It's possible that collator is an anagram of collarette. What about the other floaters that are available? How about the U, for example, still available in a double-double lane? Not seeing anything, even though I do have the out prefix. Wow, has opponent actually blocked both of my bingos? I think he has. Yeah, he has, certainly. Wow, that's irksome. I was looking forward to getting off to a 2-bingo start to this game. There may still be one available, but I haven't spotted it yet. 17 minutes on my clock. So let me consider the available floaters. Neither collator nor collarette fits with the A. I haven't seen anything with the U, and I'm not going to look further. How about the S's on the board? I don't think there's anything there. How about the E? Well, it's possible Recollette is good, but it doesn't play. Huge takes nothing in front. What about the T? Nothing. What about these pairs of tiles? How about HA? C and T go well with that. Not seeing anything. How about UP? No. GO? No. And ER? No. Okay, so what to do here? What about a play running across the top of huge? Well, I don't have anything to go in front of ER. I do still lead, but only by 8 points. What to do? Close to electoral. I could wreck the rack with something like, well, do I have Clouter as a double-double non-bingo? I think I do, and I'm going with this for 36. Wow, I draw the second blank. I have idyllic on my rack. Not sure that plays anywhere. Quass takes nothing in front of it or after it. So how about a play using this S? Just wondering if I have a play like Dislalic, but that's not a word. Discali. I feel there could be something through this S, but it may not come readily to mind. So I'm just going to consider the vowels, because the blank is most likely to be a vowel, and I'm considering an S in my mind. Let me move this along to its correct position. So docilely through an O. What about an I with the S? Okay, well, opponent obstructed the S, but not altogether. He has not provided a spot for idyllic. Hey only takes an S after it. So I'm still considering the S of seaports and Quass. Lucidly. Okay, Clouter only takes an S at the end. Does the E help? I thought I had delicacy for a moment, and I don't. Wow, there could be something with the E. Certainly the E is a useful floater when you have this many consonants. What about the R? Really frustrating. I do have this feeling that there is a bingo here, and it's a matter of how long I spend looking for one. And I'm still considering an S. Something's nagging away in my mind about that. I've got the LY ending. So that would be this rack plus perhaps an E. Not seeing anything, and there's nowhere, there are no 7-letter lanes on the board. Just considering these 2-letter sets. Okay, well, I think I'm going to have to consider a non-bingo-y play. Where can I get value from my Y and split up the duplicate L? Well, this doesn't achieve everything I was hoping for, but it is 30 points. I see. And I'm inclined to go with this. I think I've spent long enough on this play. Well, bollard through an R. Or bollard with the blank as an R, or bollards through an R. This R in the wrong spot. I've got board. through the R with double L. Bite takes nothing in front, so this board is short on 7-letter lanes. Che, I think, takes an A after it as well as an S, Now, opponent has just blocked Slobland, which would have been a nice play. And it's also blocked in column 1. I lead by about 30 points. 12 minutes on my clock. And I'm thinking about this rack plus an R. Well, close to Bordello. Bardello, not good. So I've got ball as a suffix with do blank. Drop a ball? Don't think so. I could be missing a ton of bingos in this game. So, column 1 is available for bingos beginning SO or SA. I can't see one. 11 minutes on my clock, 56 tiles to come. I have gold as a prefix in column 5. Okay, I need to play. What have I got? Opponent's player bite was pretty good because it provides nothing. He's inviting me to open the board up, which I may have to do. Well, I'd like to play off the B. That's not particularly bingo-y. I was thinking about playing Allod, but that opens up a super hot spot. Life would be so much easier if I could just play a bingo right now, but I'm not seeing one. So, well, let me at least play bowl, keeping back the A, a better vowel. Just 12 points. That's giving very little away, and it's keeping quite a good rack leave. Did I consider the A-B-L-E ending? Yeah, I can't see anything. So I have Matilda, not seeing anywhere for that. Do I have anything through an R? Well, no. Not that's come to mind so far. How about beginning with T? That doesn't look very likely. Can't see any gold plays. How about a... Wow, fantastic bingo for opponent. Am I able to come back? And I now trail by 30 despite that fantastic start. So what do I have? Quite a few floaters now. I, N and G. So I do have Matildas through the I, so I am bingoing, but that's not going to score very much. It is going to provide opponent with a lot of opportunities. Only 9 minutes on my clock and 46 tiles to come. So I may need to go ahead and play this. I will be creating multiple opportunities with the play. So Matilda's for 64. I draw the J, which is a good scoring tile, but it's now an unbalanced rack. If opponent doesn't play in column 15, I have Egypts. Can't see anything great down from the M, which uses the J, whether or not the J is in third place. I have Jeet in row J, making Een and Chea. My lead, 30 points, so very close game. A little early to count the vowels, perhaps. But in terms of the big tiles, both blanks have gone. Z and X still out there. Now my J can go above this first A of Matilda's to make Jew. Doesn't quite work for Jewy, which is a shame, because Jew will leave 4 vowels and 1 consonant. But Jew will be a good score. I could play Egypt in row K for 30. Maybe worth doing. Let me check the remaining vowels. I know there's only 3 E's, which isn't many. Okay, so opponent scores well, 45 points. He actually blocks Jew and Jaw. Slightly annoying. So I do have Egypt available. Do I have something better? I don't have anything down from the S. I am mindful of the time. There are quite a few tiles to come. So Egypt for 30. More vowels, but more scoring tiles as well. And this board is not massively bingo friendly, although there are some lanes. So it's quite a welcome sight to have scoring tiles. It means I should be able to get a good score this turn, and hopefully the following turn as well. Just looking to see if I've got something in row J, which uses 2 of my scoring tiles. I can have plays something EA, but I'm not seeing anything. Well, I have few, we and E, that's pretty good. And 4 in that spot, FAW, even better. I guess there are a couple of good bingo lanes in columns 13 and 15. There are plenty of I's and N's out there for an ING word, none of them on my rack. And the R is quite a useful final tile, final letter in a bingo. Column 8 could be hot at the bottom if one of us can get a high scoring tile underneath MI. The Z perhaps, whether or not that's vertically or horizontally. None of my high scoring tiles can go in that spot. If opponent does take out this triple letter square, I may be able to play something in row L. So I was, I think, in the process of counting vowels and I didn't finish. Let me try that again. 16 out of 36, so slightly vowel dry. But more importantly, most of the bingo-y vowels have gone, just 4 A's and E's, and a ton of I's and O's and a couple of U's. So although the bag is only slightly vowel dry, it's very vowel dry in terms of good vowels. And the opponent has just taken out all of the floaters in defrag. So the top right of the board is now dry. And what is good is he's given me this spot, which gives nothing away to my opponent because nothing goes after AE, and I'm taking out the chair spot. And this rack lever is quite good given the shortage of A's and E's. And the score is good, 32 points. Great, I draw the Z. And I have a balanced rack. So where are the Z spots? I'm drawn immediately to Ms. I don't have pos. What about going the up? Wow, look at that, 69 points for opponent. He goes into a 40-point lead. I now need a big Z play to come back into the game. So just 6 minutes on my clock. What can I do with my Z? That was a really big play by my opponent. Just as the opportunities on the board were drying up, opponent slips in with a really, really big play. Well, I've seen nothing for my Z so far. 6 minutes on my clock, 19 tiles in the bag. I don't have to play the Z straight away, but it is my scoring tile. I have Piezo on my rack, nowhere for that. Still 2 S's to come, so column 12 would be quite hot if I got my Z doubled. However, what about doing this? Piezo for 32. Opponent can't really score off the Z, I don't think, unless in column 5. It is opening up quite a hot row D, but that will in turn open up row B, and there are floaters on the board. What's less satisfactory is this rack leave, all vowels, with 4 O's to come, so this could be regrettable. Do I have something better? Icy takes an R in front, still 2 R's to come, so Piezo is actually taking out a bingo lane in column 1. 32 points. Maybe I should just play ZE, keeping back the P. Or what about playing... P, setting up ZO for next turn? I quite like that. Yeah, not too... Well, the V can go there, but it can't play vertically. K can't go there, H can't go there. So that may not look like an obvious setup. P for 19 points. However, what about playing Jape instead? To the same effect for 34 points. That looks a lot less like a setup, and it's a better score. I'm going with this. Great, not too tragic a rack. And I trail by 7 points. I don't draw an S, so I don't have a column 12 option. I don't draw an R, so I don't have a column 1 option. Where else can my Z play? I've got Gazoo in row L, which places a Z above a double word square, so not fantastic. But it is a 32-point play, so will definitely keep me in the game. Fantastic. Opponent has both these. Hilarious. Now, I've got Zo for 63 and quite a decent rack leave. I draw an R, so this column 1 spot is available, but I'm not going to be able to do fantastically with it because I don't have any scoring tiles and I'm not seeing any 6-letter plays ending in R. Row O's has still got a bingo lane beginning with R. That doesn't work for me. Let me check the remaining vowels. 6 out of 17 tiles. I think this is the first time this game I'm completely out of scoring tiles, so I may struggle to score. But I have a lead of 36 points, which is pretty good. And just the H and the K to come. And all the remaining tiles 1 and 2 pointers. So probably my biggest danger is opponent bingoing somewhere. He doesn't. He plays Kine, which takes nothing in front. This column 12 spot still available, which is a 30 or 40 point spot. And we are neck and neck. 3 minutes on my clock. I'd quite like to hang on to the R for column 1 and Ricey. So where can I jettison some vowels? And do I want to jettison? I think so, because I'm keeping 2. Geoid for 18, quite nice. It does provide scoring spots, but not huge scoring spots, which is quite nice because those spots are available for me as well as my opponent. And I am retaining an R for column 1. 8 tiles in the bag. Quite nice. I have Aldrins. No 7-letter lanes on the board. Well, there's column 1 as a bingo lane beginning SA. That doesn't work for me. I don't have anything beginning with R. Do I have something ending in O? Just Arsino, which burns the S. Now, what about using my S in column 12? So I could play Dials. 25 points, pretty good. And not setting up anything massive. Nice sight, 3 O's. Hopefully that's hampering my opponent's bingo prospects. What did he play last time? Kine, 3 tiles, K-I-N. So actually probably pretty unlucky if he's got 3 O's right now. I'm looking again at column 1 to see if I've got a 6-letter play ending in R. And I'm not seeing one. Z takes an M in front, all have gone. And just an S after it, but that's not particularly hot. What about playing underneath geoid? Wow, just 16 for opponent. That suggests he may have a good rack and is fishing for a bingo. Hopefully he's duplicated an S on his rack. 2 bingo lanes beginning with S, 2 minutes on my clock. So is he looking for a play beginning with S? I'm not seeing such a play. What about a play beginning with R? Well, again, I'm not, so I'm not sure I should really be blocking that. I lead by 4. I think I should be trying to outrun my opponent. Dials for 26, stops my opponent placing his H there and coming down with a 5-letter play. I think Darley's would be better. Doesn't put the vowel next to this double word square. Darley's for 26. Now, do I have a 6-letter play? Let me just pause. I've got a minute and a half. Do I have a play which is 1 tile longer? And I partly have in mind 3 tiles in the bag. If I can play 6, I'm more likely to go out with 4 tiles than 5. But I'm not seeing such a play, so maybe I should keep a vowel. And I don't think the R is worth hanging on to, since I'm only going to have 5 tiles. So Dance for 26. I have Olios. Wow, opponent doesn't have multiple O's. But does he have a bingo? It would need to begin with R, or begin SO or SA. I thought that was a bingo coming down. He scores 48 points. He leads by 18. I've got 15 seconds. Is there any way for me to go out? I have Olios on my rack. Not sure there is. Opponent certainly will be going out. 33 seconds left. Not seeing anywhere. 20 seconds left. Wow. Was there a win at the end there? Maybe a play in column 9. Making taxi. Wow, that was close. And the final score, 446 for me, 462 for my opponent, a winning margin of 16 points, so well done to my opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, that was so close. Was there an endgame victory that had slipped through my fingers? So, this was opponent's rack, and he started with Quass for 48, and I had a great rack, and I came back with Seaports. Adopters also available. Probably slightly better for the same score because of not putting the S where Seaports placed it. Opponent plays huge. Well, no bingo here. Opponent blocked 2 spots for Collarette. And the best I can do is Clouter as a double-double. Horrible rack for opponent. Plays Nye. Wow, I was expecting there to actually be a choice of bingos with this rack. There is none. God Lily, quite nice. Good score, good rack leave. What did I do? I played Icy for more points, but a worse rack leave. So, is blank DLL 6 points worse than blank C? Blank C certainly better, but is it 6 points better? Blank C must be worth about 30 points. Blank DLL, yeah, I would say that's going to be probably around 23, 24. So I think God Lily slightly better on the basis of score and rack leave. Opponent's rack plays Bite. Wow, Bollards does play. Oh wow, look at that. Bollards and Ricey in column 1. Wow, what a miss. A11 and Bede roll through the R. Wow, such a big miss. That would have saved me a lot of grief. I'm sure I spent a while on this play. And look at this, I was 30 points ahead at this time. So what did I do? Oh, that's so horrible in comparison. Bowl for 12. Okay, moving swiftly on. Opponent bingos with Renewing. I have Matildas, and Dalmatic J5 was the only other bingo. Opponent's rack, he plays Defrag. Now this is me, and I play Egypt. Opponent's rack, he plays Umu, and at this point we are neck and neck, just 4 points between us. And I was feeling quite good at this point. L4, Power. Interesting, because that would have stopped the Mixia play. Instead, I play 4, which left it available. And now opponent does get a 69-point play down, and I trail by 40. This is my rack. N6. Zoe sorting out the vowels and scoring well. Quite nice. C2, Epizoa, also nice. But I like Jape because the score's fairly similar, and I'm setting up this monstrous Z setup play. opponent's rack. He jettisons his Vs, and I have Zoe for 63. So looking at the scores, I now lead by 36 and only 11 tiles in the bag, and I felt in a reasonably strong position. Opponent plays Kine, which was 34 points, so I still lead, but by 2. Now, J12. Laird. Okay, quite nice. What do? I played Geoid for 18. Yeah, I think Laird and Geoid are both creating opportunities. Laird does have the advantage of the score, but Laird does burn the R, and I did have that in mind for column 1. Opponent's rack, he plays Wet. And now this is the critical moment, because I do lead by 4 points. There are 3 tiles in the bag. And there are 2 hotspots. There's column 1 for plays ending R. There's column 12 for 5-letter plays ending S. And the H was still out there. I9. Rattans. Wow, what a play. 38 points. And both hotspots would have remained available. Well, except column 1 was of no use to me. And I'd have burnt my S, so I probably wouldn't have had access to either. But 38 points, a big score. I played Darns. And opponent plays Anther. And this was the situation. I was trailing by 18. I had 1 minute on my clock. And I had Oleos on my rack. Was there a win? Well, there were no outs, so I think the answer to that is no. I could have played Pyles at M7. Wow, Renewings is good. I didn't know that. 21 points, 453, losing 4 on countback. Any play by opponent wins. So there was no winning play. I was short on plot time and played Duel for 15. An opponent can go out with Dot. So, what a game. Super exciting. I got off to a great start. I had both blanks, and I had a small lead going into the pre-end game, but it wasn't quite enough. Great play from opponent who managed to find a good move in Anther and also in Mixia, and was able to prevail by a small margin. So, all good fun. I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.